Oh, hamburger juice. It's your boy, Smoke Screeners Prime.
Alright fam, let's talk about the Super Speed Glow Cheetara baby. And this is from the Super 7. It's the exact same figure Cheetara that we got before, except this is supposed to be a glow in the dark fig, and it has what appears to be glow in the dark features, but this is supposed to show Cheetara when she's hitting that super speed and running through everybody on the intro, and as she always does. So let's take a look at Cheetara baby, but first let's hit you with the slow motion. And what we're going to do is just take a look at how Super 7 does. Their packaging is all basically still the same. Only difference is this is the glow in the dark Cheetara. Everything else is basically the same image in the background. And we're making our way back around to the front so we can get down and dirty and open up Cheetara, the Super Speed Glow baby. So everything is basically the same. It's exactly the same, except for a couple of things. It has all the same hands, and it has the little staff. It has the same two heads, and it has the long staff. But the difference is here. The hands right here, and this staff is thicker than the original staff, and these hands are a lot tighter. What I had to do, because my staff kept falling out of my Cheetara's hands, is I had to take some glue and go down the staff and let it dry to make it a little thicker so that she could hold it in place, because it was a little too loose. And I'll show you when I do the comparison of the difference. But other than that, they're the same. I'm not going to show you the hands, and I'm not going to show you the smaller staff. They're exactly the same. I just want to show you the head and get to the main parts, how they're similar and different with the staff and the hand. And I didn't know that until I actually took the staff out, and it seemed a little bigger. And then when I put it in the hand, and I seen that both of the hands are tighter. She has a hand where she can grip it right now with her right hand, and another one where she can grip it with the left hand, and they're both equally tight. So let's do this comparison, baby. Alright fam, so I wanted to show this image right here of, if you for some reason had you a bunch of Cheetaras of the regular Cheetaras, or if you had the glow Cheetaras, you could really set this up, look real good with some images. But I think it's pretty straight, showing her getting ready to start off with her super speed and then kicking it up. So this is a nice image. You can see how they're the same. Now on the regular Cheetara, let's zoom in fam, you can see it's slightly different around the hips, and that's because I did my own kind of cutting fam, because this one, it was restricting every time when I was trying to do certain movements, and I just couldn't get it. I don't know if mine was just extra tight and I heated it up and whatnot, and it just couldn't move the way I wanted it to move because of the material that it had for the clothing. So I chopped it up fam. So that's that. But if you can see, the head is the same, and I'll show you another slight difference I did as well with the face. Again, like I said, I did some adjustment to Cheetara's bottom half because I needed some more room when I was doing some photography, because it just wasn't working quite right for me. So that's one difference. Now I'm going to show you the difference in the face if you haven't noticed it. Now I don't know how much you paid attention to the initial images that they gave us for how Cheetara was going to look, but in that image her eyes look a lot different than how they do with the Cheetara on the right, where they're a lot wider, and the face just looks it was just a little different. What I did on mine was I used a permanent marker and I adjusted how her eyes look where they're not as thick, they're more slanted, and it looks a lot better to me. Nothing necessarily wrong with it, but I wanted a closer look to what they originally said we were going to get in regards to the Cheetara on the image that we saw. And now that I look at the box showing Cheetara on the Thunder Tank, it looks a lot closer to that Cheetara than the one right here. Let's take a look, fam. Look at how her eyes are closer compared to this one, which is more so how the original looked. Now let's look at mine, how I adjusted it. I think it looks a lot better than the other one, fam. Another great thing that they did was with her staff. They had it so that she can hold her staff in the air easy compared to how it was with the one on the left. The staff is thicker, but I wonder if she can hold that staff just as good. Okay, so she can hold both of them equally in the hand. And what they should have did was they should have made the hands on the original Cheetara, they should have made it tighter to where she could grip them better. Then they wouldn't have the issue where it keeps slipping out and people have to adjust. Come on, Hasbro, you got to start tightening up on your QCs. So the issue is not the staff. The issue is the hands on the original Cheetara. It's the texture is not strong enough. It's not tight enough to hold it the way it should. So if they did that, and if they redo Cheetara, they need to tighten up her hand so it's tighter and like the glow in the dark one is, because then she could hold it better and you won't have to make adjustments like I did as far as putting glue on there and letting it sit to where it's thicker. So here she is next to the invisible Tigra, and here she is next to the regular Tigra with the invisible head and hands, as if he's going through the beginning stages of his invisibility transformation. And as you can see, he has been cut in the middle as well around the bottoms, and that is due to the same thing as Cheetara. It was an irritation and a lack of mobility for the one that I had, where I couldn't maneuver his legs quite right regardless of what I tried to do. So this was my final result, and it just is what it is, fam. Whether you like it or not, it works for me. Here she is next to Panthro, and I gotta say, those colors kind of pop together for me, fam. It just looks good. It wouldn't even matter if Cheetara was really just all that color naturally. It just pops with Panthro, at least in my opinion, fam. And then we have her with Lionel and Snarf with some candy fruit. And no, the bag didn't come like this. I cut the bag up and I was able to cut the inside up some so I could get the candy fruit that Snarf came with it and another fruit in there so Snarf has more than one. And if you're wondering, that's not the original Lionel head if it looks a little different to you. It's actually the head that came with the orange, reddish Mumra Lionel. I took that head and made it work because I liked the way it looked a little different. So that's how that looks. I think they look good together as well. And then here's Pumaira, and the only way to get Pumaira to look like she's somewhat of the right size is to spread her legs out the way I have them. I have no idea why Hasbro made another Pumaira, and not Hasbro, I'm sorry, Super 7 made another Pumaira, but still was unable to get her height right. I don't understand why they couldn't get her height the way it needs to be. It just befuddles the mind, fam. Alright, fam, so once again, showing Cheetara about to start off hitting that super speed, and then she hitting the super speed. So let's hit you with a little slow motion so you can see Cheetara breaking it down, getting that speed on, busting through everybody, fam. And I just want you to know, no, I'm digging this Cheetara. If you do stop motion, if you just do photography, fam, you're gonna like it. You know, you can use plenty of things with the Cheetara. For me, whether it's a pass or a grab, it's a pass. It's something that you need if you do anything with Thundercats, fam. So you tell your boys, this is a pass, this is a grab for you, and let your boy know. And like a fat kid in dodgeball, I'm out, baby. And don't forget to like and subscribe.